Okay, so now I have another question, and I would like to really hear what you think about this because I have kind of like two thoughts on this. So, is same sex legal marriage sinful to you?
Of course it is.
Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Scripturally, you know what? Can I run and get my Bible?
Of course.
All right. Be right back.
Okay.
Old Testament? Do you want New Testament? Do you want the Pauline epistles? Do you want to hear from Jesus himself? You want to hear
Yeah,
from
I want to
both?
hear from Jesus.
What do you want to hear?
Sure. I like to hear from Jesus when I can. The red words are kind
You
of
let,
exciting for
I
me.
love the words in red. I'm with you there. I love the words in red. Okay, so let's go there. Simply put, let me get some light on the
I'm a
subject.
KJV, but if you want to do a little NIV for the
KJ.
people,
I
yeah,
didn't
you
know.
can do NIV
I
for
didn't
the
know you
people.
were KJB. This is NIV, I believe.
Okay.
Okay, so I think it's a Sermon on the Mount. Let's get there real quick because fasting. I can see. I don't want to get true and false. No, I've read divorce, adultery. Okay, let's go to Matthew chapter 5,
Okay.
verse 27.
This book is huge. Matthew
Yeah,
five
yeah.
twenty
I
seven.
want to know how you lift that thing up.
I'm a beast. Okay. If I had no sleeves on, you
Okay,
wouldn't
all right.
believe.
You go. All right, shall I read this?
I'm ready. Yes.
Okay. Matthew 5 and 27 for our listeners in the NIV. You have heard that it was said, you shall not commit adultery. Now, that's the Old Testament law. But,
Hmm.
Jesus says in the words in red, I tell you that anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart. If your right eye causes you to stumble, gouge it out and throw it away. Now, here's where people lose their minds because they're thinking, okay, does that mean literally? Because that would really be kind of
Yeah.
ugly. If
Yeah.
everybody that ever thought a lustful thought against the opposite sex gouged their eyes out,
They'd run
it
out of
would
eyes.
be a lot of eyes in the pile, okay? Me
Yeah.
included. If your right eye causes you to stumble, gouge it out, throw it away. What he's saying is, whatever caused you to stumble,
Yes.
get rid of it. Doesn't
Hmm.
mean pop your eye out. It means deal with those thoughts.
Right.
Obviously, it's better for you to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to be thrown into hell. And if your right hand causes you to stumble, now your hand, okay? So it's not just looking at someone to lust,
Hmm.
okay? It's your hand. If your right hand causes you to stumble, cut it off and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to go into hell. Now we could spend a lot of time here, but let's just put this thing in the easy part of this thing. What we had said earlier: if I do or think or say anything that displeases my Father in heaven, the one that sent his Son, the one that cared about me so much to give his life. If anything that I'm saying, doing, thinking, or not doing, not saying, not thinking, anything that offends him, I must cut it out of my life, throw it away, because
Hmm.
I don't want to go to hell. Hell, dude, this is the 21st century. We talk about hell. What do you mean? Oh yeah, oh yeah. I want to
Yeah.
live with Jesus forever and ever. Did I answer your question?
Um. Well, no, not really.
Okay, all right. Give it to me again. I'm sorry. I'm
Okay. So, no, it's okay. This is we're conversing. So I'll give you my stance on it, and then maybe you can answer it again.
okay. Okay.
So I asked if same sex legal marriage sinful.
Okay.
So for me, I don't think that the legal marriage is sinful because I believe that legal marriage is generally a money thing. So when we talk about the union and the covenant and the commitment to each other, if you're same sex union, if you're doing that, I believe that is sinful.
Okay.
But if you're just doing the legal part, I think that that part has nothing really to do with God and the Bible because it's a money situation.
Okay, I don't really follow you, and pardon me, but I'm not really sure what you're saying there. I
Well,
you know what I mean?
like marriage
Okay.
with in the beginning, marriage was Adam and Eve. There were no judges, there were no pastors, there were no documents to sign and things
Okay.
like that.
Okay. All right.
Right? So the the foundation of marriage in the Christian belief is your covenant between you and the person and that commitment, and the covenant between you, the person, and God, and your commitment to each other, right? So that's, for me, that's the final authority there. So I don't believe that the legal marriage is right, but since it's a money thing and that's what you're doing anyway, I'm just like, okay, I don't really care about that. This over here is really the problem. You shouldn't have even been with this person to begin with. I know it's like a bit of a little two-faced way to be, I guess, but
Well,
that's just
I'm
how
not.
I'm thinking about it. You know what I mean?
I'm still not. I sort of think I know what you're saying. I sort of, but let me throw this out, and maybe this will clarify something. I don't know. Um, Culturally speaking, marriage as a legal binding um, institution changes culture to culture. Okay, we know
Yes.
back in the day, whenever that was, and again, I'm not a historian, but it used to be at times, and it may still be, that they would pick out a bride for a fellow, and the guy and the gal had no say in it. That type of thing, you know.
Right.
Again, I'm not. I'm. This is not my. This is not my expertise. My level. I don't know much about this, as
Right.
far as how all that. But I do know that cultures Abraham sent his servant Eliezer out to get a bride for his son
Our
Isaac.
son. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it was kind of what they call a prearranged marriage. Okay,
Yes. Yes.
so
Yes.
there's that. But again, under God's covenant, I don't know if I'm answering because I don't think I really understand the
Yeah.
question. So I'm sorry. I'm really not sure what you're asking me.
No, I think you answered it well enough. I just wanted to know like how you feel about, because I know that like you and I both feel that it's not biblical or right for them to be together at all.
Then meaning
Same sex attracted
okay,
people.
right,
Yeah.
gotcha.
But like, so I know some people, I know of, I should say, some people who they're same sex attracted. They don't think it's appropriate to act those things out, right? You know what I mean? And, but they'll marry a same sex person
Mm-hmm.
so that they can have like insurance and
Okay,
things like that.
okay,
So they're just doing like the legal part so
okay,
that they
right.
can, you know.
And you
So,
asked me what I think about that. Is that what your question is?
no,
Oh,
I'm just saying like I know people do that,
okay.
and I'm like, to me, I mean, I wouldn't do it because like that's a bit fraudulent to be honest, but I know that there's a money aspect to some marriages, and I find it's probably like better for a different topic. But yeah, let's move on. What would you say if a same-sex couple came to you and asked you to marry them? If you had the legal rights
Right.
and all that fun stuff.
Um, I would sit them down and open up the Bible, and if they didn't run out the door, we would talk about what the Bible says,
Right.
and just give them an answer right straight from the scriptures.
Mm. And you deny that?
I would have to answer in the negative because my belief of the Bible is true, and God created males for females and females for males. So I would, lovingly, I would try my best to show them that I care about them as
Yes.
individuals. I try to
Yes.
counsel them in the ways of God. The scriptures are according to salvation. But I could not, absolutely could not marry a same-sex couple.
Okay. I think I would do the same. I try to tell the truth in love and be there for them. I wouldn't. I'm conflicted about being invited to, like, say it's a family member's same
Would you
sex
go?
attracted.
Would
I'm
you go?
conflicted.
You're
Yeah, I'm
conflicted.
conflicted. I
Are
might.
you leaning either way?
I would want to go for the
Why?
person
Why?
because I want to share like a fun time and
What
things
it,
like
what
that.
what what does it mean when a person sits in the crowd and watches a wedding ceremony between a couple? What's that mean?
um, I don't really know, to be honest.
All right,
I'm. It's supposed to be witnessing their love
right, right.
and
Well,
whatever.
pray that part through, and your answer may come sooner than later. Pray that
Right.
through.
Yeah, I'm just
I,
being
I
honest. I
did
don't think
post.
it's right,
I
but I
posted
would
something
feel bad.
a couple weeks ago, and because my name hasn't been mentioned, I don't know if it's toward me or not. But some
Oh
people, some I'm sorry,
no, I just said oh.
some people have shared something on Facebook about calling
Mm-hmm.
people out, and naming names, wolves and sheep in wolves clothing, and you know um, calling people out for their hypocrisy or whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
they're saying things like, that's God's business to judge. You shouldn't be doing that.
Right.
And I'm saying to myself, well, time out, time out. Um, I would never say that I'm the judge. I'll
Mm-hmm.
try to use this every time, but, and this is what I've been saying to others right along for the past several weeks,
Mm-hmm.
is that if a very, very high profile person that has a large following, not only on social media, but in person, if that individual has a large following and they turn away from this,
Mm-hmm.
and their following follows them and not this.
Mm-hmm.
And I could have said prior to that, whoa, wait, and didn't say it.
Yeah.
Okay, you follow what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel, I don't think I'm a prophet. I don't know. I don't think that I'm a prophet. I don't think that I'm anything special at all. But if I see someone going what I consider to be astray from
Mm-hmm.
this, I will try to say, fire up the road, the bridge is out, hold
Yeah.
on. They have
Yeah.
to make their choice and say yes, no, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But when a high profile, and the Bible is crystal clear, that in the end times, deception will be rampant, and it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
And when that preacher or teacher or musician leads somebody astray from this book,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to think that I would say to them prior to that, whoa, think about that before you do that,
Right.
because heaven and hell are in the balance. Did I
Yeah,
answer your
I agree.
question? Did I answer your question?
Well, I didn't ask you a question.
Oh, okay.
We were just going
Oh,
back and forth. So that was
okay.
fine. So yeah, it was a good thought to listen to. But yeah, I still, depending on who it was, like, I mean, my kids aren't gay, but if one of my kids was same sex attracted, that would be kind of tough because we're pretty close. So I don't know. I think I might like go, but just not be there for that part. Go to the party part, and everybody would know. Like everybody would know. Like I'm not cool with that. Don't do things around me. Like you know what I mean. It's
Isn't it amazing
tough.
how someone is always watching?
Yes.
And that's the reason why this may not be the time for this topic, but since we're on the topic of people watching you as a Christian, people that and I'm going to get in trouble for this if anybody more than 5 watch this, but it's true. It's true.
Okay.
We are observed by